on just a second while I open up my shutter. Charlie's having a fit back there, bless his little heart. He's our security system. He barks every time somebody walks too close to the car, just to let them know not to be messing with us. Anyway, one of the things about being out shopping with folks is they take you in and out of stores. So he's in stores and, you know, mom, honey, baby, she's looking at the lingerie and this kind of thing and that. And I said, well, I'll just wander over to the electronics, you know, kind of keep out of trouble out of the way. While I was over, she wandered up and she says, oh, look at all these new cameras. You know, you ought to get yourself a new camera. And I was saying to her, I wasn't saying to her, I was saying to myself, you know, I've been making videos for years with this old camera and cameras like this one. And it ain't even actually a real video camera. It's a regular camera that'll shoot videos, you know. And this particular one's got the lens all scratched up and everything, you know. It's in pretty bad shape and all. And I bought a lot of cameras, but I generally don't buy a new camera. Every time I buy a camera, I go and buy me a used camera, and that seems to work okay. But she said, well, heck, you shoot all them videos, why don't you buy yourself a real honest-to-goodness video camera? And I thought, there's some logic in that, you know, and I do look like Santa Claus, and Christmas is coming, so I got to looking at one, and I got to looking some more, and I looked a little bit more, and I finally decided to bite the bullet and spend the money, and so I got my big old wallet out and I whipped out my money and I purchased up a new camera. It's in the back of the car there. I'm pretty sure I got to charge the batteries and figure out how to use it, because you know, every time you buy something new, you have to, this high-tech equipment they got, you know, you have to learn the whole manual and everything before you can use it. So anyway, we're gonna ride over to Honey Baby's kids' house, and then we're gonna I'll spend some time charging up that new camera and we'll figure it out. So that's how that's gonna work. Here comes Honey Baby. Charlie's already barking. Okay, here's what I went and bought up. I went and bought up one of these Sony Handycam things. We'll take that baby in the house and charge the battery and read the manual, see if we can figure out how to make it work. Okay then, here I am in my motel room with my jammed lens on my old camera, and I got my new camera plugged into the computer and it's charging. That's what that little yellow light means. So after it charges up, I'll be able to give it a test run. We'll see how it works. One thing I will say about it, it's a lightweight little booger. I went on eBay and ordered a battery charger so that I could charge the battery without having to have the camera tied up for it. I'm thinking that get that baby charged up, we can whip it out and use it a little bit on the vacation and see how we like it. I got more than one camera. That's the one I'm talking on is just like this one. These are the ones that I use a lot, but I tend to buy them used because I use them up pretty hard. That's a Canon A640. They make a 630 and a 650. I've also got a, where's my camera bag? I got another big Canon in my camera bag that I use a lot, but it tends to be a little bit heavier and bulkier. And it's this PowerShot X3015, long lens and everything on that one. I like the little flip out screens on them, like this one right here. This screen flips out and you can see it, and it rotates so you can turn it around, and I can turn this baby on and kind of point it at me and see myself. See, I can see me seeing you, or you can see me seeing you, or whatever. Well, this little bugger has the same deal. That little screen on that thing flips out, so that's a good thing. So we'll try it. It'll be the first time I've had a real video camera, so we'll try it and we'll see if it works. In the meantime, Charlie's resting up. We've been spending a lot of time with family. Hadn't made that many videos, and he gets a little tired, so he's resting and I'm resting, and Honey Baby's visiting with the kids. She'll probably need to rest later. And then we'll all rest, and then we'll go see Josh pretty soon. That'll be happening tomorrow. So today's her big day to be spending time with the kids, so that's a good thing. So it's Black Friday, and we're in a motel room. It looks out over a big shopping mall, so that's where everybody is today. They're all out there shopping, and I'm happy for them. I'm glad they are. We done a little of that too. So I got some new jeans to try on. I'll put them on here in a little bit. Okay, we're recording with our brand new little camera. We'll zoom in on Charlie if we can figure out how. Charlie, can you see us? If you can, say hi. Raise your hand and wave at us. He must not can see us. I like that little zoom. I wonder, you know how...
You should be able to do that with your finger.
You should be able to, but I can't quite figure out how to make my finger... My hand must be shaped wrong or something.
Can't quite figure it out. But you should also be able to push it here. Maybe it's like this. I'll tell you another thing I'm curious about. You know how in a lot of them, when you zoom them, you hear this noise. It goes,
Right.
I'm hoping this doesn't make that noise. Look at Charlie. He's so cute. Look at this eyeball. I can see Charlie's little eyeball. I'm zooming right up into Charlie's eye pupils. Charlie, you got a tear in your eye. Poor baby. I don't think he's really crying or anything. Okay, that works. I would point it at us, but we ain't got no clothes on.
Right.
YouTube world, you just have to imagine. You just have to imagine what we look like, because we're both naked. Sorry, we didn't want to film that part. We're being kind. We didn't want to put it out there. I'm just saying.
No.
We done now?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all have a nice night. We're gonna sleep, and then we're gonna go see the Camera-ma-kation tomorrow. It's not quite time to turn in, but it's getting closer. Getting closer. It's a nice little lightweight camera. I think we're gonna like it. I'll push this button. We will now do the official test. Okay, this is official, so look very official. This is the official test.
Okay, very serious.
Very serious. This is a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast camera recorder thingy-hiki. If this had been an actual real emergency, you would have probably run screaming from, you'd probably be on fire, so it doesn't matter. If it's an actual emergency, don't worry about it because you'll be too late. But, you know, since it's only a test, you can all just chill and watch some more YouTube videos.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness! Actually, what I just did was I selected the memory card instead of the internal memory, because this camera has an internal memory and a memory card. So I didn't want to record on the internal memory. I wanted to record on the memory card because it's easier to poke it in the computer and translate it into YouTube videos. Does that make sense? If it does, write to me at BR549 Union, Maine, and just say hi. Okay, now I gotta record this. Now I gotta put this back in the computer.